Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all already know I am very bad at telling time, apparently. I said 10 minutes ago. I think it was 25 minutes ago, so I'm so sorry. I am going to wait and see if anybody hops on. As you guys hop on, say hey. Yeah, I was doing a reel. Those are like my life. They get me like in such a good mood. Oh my gosh. I cannot. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm gonna wait and see who hops on. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Kaylee. Good morning, Cassidy. Oh, there's a good amount of you guys getting on. Good morning, Virginia. Good morning, Haley. I just went on a walk. And then, of course, made my coffee and did my reel. And for y'all who have been following my mosquito journey, the mosquitoes are not bad at our house anymore because we got sprayed. But I cannot say the same for the other side of the neighborhood. I think I have 20 new bug bites on my pants. Does anybody else get bit through your pants? Like, it is a whole thing. Let me open my front door real quick. I have a customer coming by, but not right yet. So hold on. Be right back. All right, y'all. So I wanted to come on here and chat with you guys. Oh, get the bug bite thing. It sucks the crap out of them so they don't itch. Does it work? I have seen that. I've seen it. And it's very intriguing to me. So I wanted to come on here this morning and just kind of chat with you guys. I think we get in a place, and if you guys are wondering why I'm standing up because I have been sitting too much, and this thing tells me to stand all the time. So, squirrel. Coffee has not hit me all the way yet. Summer, this chair is from Ashley Home Furniture. Anthony got it for my birthday last year. Okay. I'm not going to read the comments because you guys are going to get me squirrely. So, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about something as leaders that I think is very, very important, that we don't talk nearly enough about, but that is highlight reels, okay? Highlight reels and the comparison game, okay? I'm not talking reels. I'm not talking about the reels that I just, that I made on Instagram, that you guys make on Instagram. I'm not talking about that reel. I'm talking about a real life highlight reel, okay? And I think a lot of times we get stuck. And if you're watching this live, tell me, if you get stuck and you find yourself stuck sometimes because you're like, I'm not doing it good enough. I'm not doing what they're doing. I'm not doing this, this thing as well as I should be doing it, okay? I'm very guilty of this. Very guilty of it, and I know a lot of you guys are too. And I want to kind of talk about that this morning because I think the devil gets in our head. Actually, I know the devil gets in our head, and he gets us in our feels, and he gets in our thought process, and he is like, you are not worthy. You are not capable of doing these things because you're doing this number, right? You're holding your phone in your hand and you're doing this. So nobody feels the way I feel. Okay. I'm alone here. Okay. Talking to myself. Okay, Robin, these comments are probably very delayed. But we do this, right? And we get stuck there. And we are like, oh my gosh, Sarah is over here posting about all these Scentsy Club boxes that she has. Oh my gosh. And she's over here. She is doing all the things. And she is just blowing it away. And she must have all of the freaking customers. And she, oh my gosh. And she got, do you see what she got? Oh my gosh. Okay. And what we're doing right there, we're taking the joy away from our journey because what we're doing is we're staring at a screen that is nothing but a highlight reel. Okay. So a highlight highlight reel, y'all, listen very carefully. I'm going to pull up the definition of a highlight reel. A highlight reel is, okay, that is not, okay. It is, okay, this one's a good one. These are some very inappropriate, do not look up highlight reel, y'all. God bless America. Okay, this one was good though. The term originally referred to movies. Okay, so it's the best moments from a certain event or time. Okay, the best moments that are captured. Right? So think about when you're watching a commercial. Okay, you're watching a commercial for a brand new movie that's coming out. Okay, and if they are not putting the best and most action-packed parts of this movie, is it going to catch your attention? Probably not. That's what featured film people know. People who are in marketing know that you're going to get to want to watch their movie if they are including the highlight reels. Okay? It's no different than you picking up your phone or going on your computer or whatever your day may look like and spending the time picking up that phone and doing this number right here. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm very guilty of it as well, you get stuck in this motion and you think that you aren't doing good enough. And you think that you aren't doing enough because it doesn't look like them. Well, okay, rewind, skirt. Listen, your journey is your journey and it does not need to look like anybody else's, okay? What you do behind the scenes, away from the highlight reel, away from the stories, away from your posts, away from whatever, is what is going to make the magic happen. Now, let me tell you this. You guys hear me say all of the time. Social media is free marketing. Social media is free marketing. If you're watching this live, is social media how you work your business? Is social media how you're going to hit that promotion? Is social media how you're going to grow your team? Is social media how you're going to book that party? Somebody tell me, please. Because the answer is no. Social media is social. I tell you guys, this is how we build relationships. This is how you share your journey. This is how you do things. It's how you share your life. But social media, listen, is not the end all be all. If social media was to go away tomorrow, is your business still going to be flourishing? And I want you to think about that very importantly, because I think we get stuck. We get stuck in this. And I'm very guilty of it. We get stuck in this and, ooh, what? I need to do that and I need to get that and what, okay, listen. It's not the end all be all. Your life is not a highlight reel. Your life is what happens in the day-to-day circumstances and the behind the scenes things. I try my very hardest to share with you guys how I'm working because I don't share that on public or in public, right? I don't share the hard work, the nitty gritty stuff that happens and the magic happens behind closed doors. And yes, Virginia, you're the one that got my wheels turning this morning. And I listened to a podcast from Keisha this morning when I was walking. I think we get so stuck in thinking that we're not doing enough and thinking that we have to show up every second on social media. And that is not the case. And if you're not showing up on social media as much as you think is possible and you think you need to do more, then that's fine. But listen to me. Is your business going to be okay if social media was to go away tomorrow? If tomorrow Facebook and Instagram poof, is your business going to be okay? Do you have relationships with your customers? Because when they order from you, you instantly build that connection in that relationship. Or are you solely relying on social media? Because that should not be the end all be all. And as leaders, we have to know this. And listen to me. I'm not saying that social media is not important. That is not what Amber is saying out of her mouth. But what I am saying is that we have to get out of this mindset that the highlight reel that other people are doing and all of these things that we think that somebody else is doing is not the case 99% of the time. Because they're putting what they want people to see on social media. That's why yesterday or last night I made a picture or I made a post. One was me taking a selfie and one was me, I had way too many glasses of Prosecco, and if you haven't seen it, go look at it, it's funny. I was like this, okay? And I want you guys to know, that was a still shot of a video that I did this past weekend on my story. I want you guys to know that we choose what we want to show on social media. We choose what we want to portray on social media, right? Somebody tell me that this is what we do, right? We choose what we want to share, but we don't share everything. If I was to share every second of my day and my business on social media, people would be like, holy moly. If you guys were to see what happened behind closed doors, you would think a lot differently, right? I don't put on social media that every single day I have a sticky note. You guys see this sometimes, right? You guys don't see how my brain works though. Every single day I have a sticky note of what I have to get done. Listen, what I have to get done, and I can X this out. I worked out this morning. I have to put that on there because if I don't put it on my list, I don't get it done. Is anyone else like that? Because I am such a visual person, okay? I had to work out. I have to get my mail outs done. I have to do follow-ups because I am focusing on collecting orders for September 1st. I have to book 2 parties today for September because I have already set myself up for success with my month of August. If you have not done that yet, then don't worry about September yet. We still have plenty of time, but this is where I am. I also have on here that I have a Why Scentsy Live and a challenge that I want to do. I haven't gotten to that yet because I have other things that I have to get to first. Income producing things that I have to get to first before I can get to the fluff, right? It's kind of income producing, but it's not at the top of my list. Working out was at the top of my list. My mail outs are at the top of my list because I love my customers. Listen, follow-ups, that's income producing because that's my PRV. That's how I book parties. That's how I get people, new recruits. That's how I form relationships with people. Booking 2 parties, that's income producing because it is booking parties, expanding my customer base, new customers, new people to join my team, new club people. But if you guys focus, listen to me, if you focus solely on the highlight reel of other people, one thing you're majorly doing is taking away any credit of yourself. And you're giving somebody that you might not even know in person. You're giving them too much credit. You're giving them too much credit for their highlight reel that they want you to see. We have to get in a place where we are just so focused on ourselves and we're so focused on our lane that we don't worry about other people. Scrolling like this through social media is not income producing. So as leaders, I want you guys to know this. Social media, I'm not going to say a crock of baloney, but I mean, for real, it is a crock of baloney. Think about this. What did our parents do? Good morning, Katie. What did our parents do when there was no social media? They had to have conversations with people. They had to build relationships with people. They had to go out and meet people. When there was no text messages, they had to send mail in the mail. They couldn't just pick up their phone and instant message somebody or Facebook message somebody. Instant message. I am showing my age right now. AOL Instant Messenger. Holla praise. They couldn't just DM somebody. But listen, social media is a part of your marketing and your brand. It is not the end all be all. So if you are thinking that you're not doing too much, this is what I want you to do. This is the mindset that I have with my social media show up, okay? Because it's a part of consistency. You want your followers, you want your friends, you want your family, you want these people who follow you in highlight reel world, right? You want them to know that you are consistent and you show up and you do all the things for your business. I want you to have in your mind that at least one time a day, you're posting about Scentsy. At least. That's my minimum. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, so I'm in my story and I usually spray my bed or my couch. If I could tell you how many people, Chloe actually did that like 2-3 years ago. If I could tell you how many people see that every single day because they know it's a part of my day. My bed is made every day. That's the product of having a father that is a Marine or retired Marine. And they love Scentsy Fresh. I sample the mess out of Scentsy Fresh. Scentsy Fresh is one of the top products that my customers buy from me because I share it every single day. I share how I use it every single day. And that's just how I roll my life, right? And then I share something every single day about Scentsy. But social media doesn't rule my business. Social media doesn't rule my life. This is how I work my business. Every single day, every single night, I get ready for the next day and I have my non-negotiables that I have written down that I have to check off that I'm doing every single day. But you're not going to see that on my highlight reel, right? You're going to see what I want to show people. So what I want you guys to know, and this kind of literally went all around. Somebody let me know if you're catching what I'm pitching right now. I want you guys to know that we have to stop comparing ourselves to other people because their journey is their journey and your journey is your journey. The magic sauce that Keisha talked about is consistency and showing up. I could care less about your highlight reel. I don't use social media to look at y'all's social media. Okay? Thank you, Virginia. You're picking up what I'm putting down. I don't use social media for that aspect. I use social media to share my life, but to also cultivate a culture and let people know what my life is about. That's also how I brand. That's also how I market for free. That's what I use social media for. But I do not, listen, I don't use social media to compare myself to others. And when I find myself doing that, I get off of my phone. The unfollow button is very, very powerful. The mute, if you did not know there was a mute button on Instagram, there is. It's very powerful. If you're following people or you're friends with people who are not filling your cup up and they're not, I'm trying to figure out how to say that. They're not filling you up. They're making you play this comparison game. They're making you think that you're not worthy. Then you need to unfollow them. You are worthy and you are capable of everything that you set your mind to. But if you're going to play the comparison game and you're going to compare your life to somebody's highlight reel, it's going to be very difficult. So, with that being said, you guys need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're protecting your peace. Don't think that you have this ungodly highlight reel to live up to because there's filters. There are, I don't even know. There's so much fakeness in this world. And you don't truly know somebody just from pictures, right? That's why I try really, really hard to go live in my story and I talk about who I am and my feelings and stuff like that because pictures tell a story. Again, a highlight reel. Pictures tell a story that somebody wants you to know. And I'm going to refer this to Bachelor in Paradise because my husband and I were catching up on that last night. I love trash TV, but listen to me. There was a girl on there. If you guys know what I'm talking about. There's a girl on there. And she is probably one of the fakest people I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And I can just tell because she has fillers and there's tons of work on her face. Like I think her hair is even fake down to like here. Anyways, that's beside the point. Anthony, my husband, does not have Instagram, and he told me to look at her Instagram to see if she was, because she took herself off the show, to see if she's like that, if she's with the guy that they like accuse her being with. Okay, I went to her Instagram, y'all, and I couldn't even recognize her. And I said to Anthony, I said, that's so sad that she looked like this person when she was in Bachelor in Paradise. And I go to her Instagram, y'all, and I don't even know I need to figure out what filter she was using, because she looked completely different. That is the version of herself that she wants her followers to see. That is the version of herself that she wants to be. Y'all, there's a lot of sad people. A lot of sad people that portray themselves to have this magnificent life, and this life that you think is amazing, right? This life that you're like, gosh, if I could just look like that. If I could just have that house. If I could just be a superstar director. But listen to me. It's a highlight reel, and they're showing you what they want you to see. So the magic sauce is in the consistency and what you're doing behind closed doors that nobody sees. The consistency in you doing the income producing activities, you doing the 3 legs of success. I'm talking to the leaders because I wanted you guys to hear this first. You guys have to be showing up behind closed doors. I am tired of hearing, but nobody wants to book parties with me, but nobody wants to join my team. Well, what are you doing? Well, I've made a post on social media. What? If you guys see me post in my stories and I'm like talking about the join special and all that, that's because I've already reached out to people personally. If you see me offering a join kit on my story, it's because I've already reached out to people personally. I am not working my business solely through stories and posts. Okay? Now, I have been strategically working my business to where hashtags and all of that is getting more followers to get, in return, expanding my customer base. But that's not how I work my business. Do you guys understand the difference? Working smarter, not harder, but my highlight reel that you guys see on my grid and my Facebook is not how I work my business. My mail outs are not happening on social media. You might see a story because I want people to be like, oh, she takes care of her customers, right? That's target marketing. I didn't go to school for marketing, but I'm learning how to market. My follow-ups, you're not going to see the text messages and the voice text that I send through because I'm not putting them on social media. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not posting and saying, hey, these are coming out, and then when I don't get any likes or comments, I'm giving up. That's not how you build a business. That's not how you build wealth. You have to show up behind the highlight reel. You have to show up behind the scenes. And I talked the other day, when those blinds and those curtains on the stage are closed, what are you doing behind those curtains? What are you doing, and how are you showing up when nobody's watching you? Because at the end of the day, if you can sit back and say, I gave my all and I did everything on my list and they were income producing activities and they were not fluff, you're rocking it out, sister friend. And listen, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen next week. It's not going to happen next month. But 6 months of consistently showing up will change your business. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. 6 months of me showing up got me to superstar director. 6 months of intentionally building leaders, intentionally showing up for my team, intentionally doing the things that I taught and I teach you guys to do, changed my business forever. 6 months that happened last year during a freaking pandemic, and you guys know this. Pandemic, when the world shut down since he went up. If you weren't a part of it, it blew all of our minds. When we thought that the world was going to end, when we thought that Cincy was, I didn't think, I know Cincy's here, I'm a Cincy lifer. When we had no clue what was going to happen, Cincy showed up and showed out. So listen to me. When you do the things that I tell you to do, when you do the things that other leaders tell you to do, I'm not telling you anything that I don't do. Okay? I worked my Scentsy business for almost 5.5 years, from April 2016 till 3 weeks ago, as a full-time teacher. A full-time teacher. So when people tell me you don't have time, that's my face. That's my face without Botox. That's an excuse. There's a quote that says, we all have the same 24 hours in the day as Beyonce or J-Lo. Do you think that J-Lo would have the body that J-Lo has if she didn't show up to work out every day? Do you think that J-Lo and Beyonce would be where they're at right now if they said, you know, I don't want to show up and sing that song. I don't want to go to that event. I don't want to, no, I'm not going to rehearse today and I'm still going to have a great concert. No, that's not what happens. That's not how they built their freaking business. That's not how they built their wealth. That's not how they did all of those things. Right? So, when you say, but I posted, or a teamie says, but I posted on social media, you're going to say, but what are you doing behind closed doors? That's what I want you to ask yourself. How many follow-ups are you having? How many people are you asking to party? How many people are you asking to join your team? Because I'm going to tell you right now, the people that are saying, and this might be stepping on toes, the people that are saying that they can't find people to party, nobody wants free stuff, nobody wants to join your team, you're not asking questions. You're not personally reaching out to people. You're not getting told no. You're not getting ignored. Going for the no, behind closed scenes, behind closed doors, not in the highlight reel, is where the magic happens. You have to be consistent. You have to do the things, but what I need for you guys to do is stop doing this. Stop living this life of, but if I could just do that, but if I just joined Scentsy 2 years earlier, but if I just did this, no. Scentsy's what you make it. Scentsy is incredible. And I will bring that to that. I will say that till the day I die. It has changed my life. Scentsy's what you make it. Are you going to show up? Are you going to do the hard things? Are you going to do the stuff when nobody's watching? Because that's when the magic happens. When nobody's watching, when you're not getting recognition for it, when you're holding yourself accountable because your why is so strong. If your why is not in front of you every single day, if your why is not in front of you, listen to me. That's in front of me every single day. And I'm going to have to revamp it, but I like crossing stuff off. That's who I am. If your why is not in front of you and you're not constantly reminding yourself of that deep-rooted why that is attached to such strong emotions, you're going to give up when it's hard. You're going to give up when you get told no. You're going to give up when you look on social media and you're like, well, I joined at the same time as her. Why is it easier for her? Because she showed up and she did the things that you weren't willing to do. Everybody has their own journey. But don't for a second count yourself out, and don't for a second compare yourself to somebody else because you don't think you have it and you don't think you're worthy. You're worthy. You're worthy of everything and more because God put you on this earth for a reason and for a purpose. And if you are a part of Scentsy, listen to me. God placed that on your heart, and you might not know the whole reason now, but you will. I never thought I was going to be able to walk away from Scentsy. Lord. Not enough coffee. I never thought I was going to be able to walk away from teaching. I definitely didn't think that Scentsy would be the avenue to get me away from teaching. But listen, when I consistently showed up, when I consistently did Scentsy every single day, when I showed up for you guys, when I led different team meetings, when I actually started having team meetings, let's see, my 3rd month as a Scentsy consultant, When I did team meetings consistently, when I did trainings for you guys, when I had people come on the page, when I did in-person stuff before COVID happened, when I did those things, when I pour into you guys, when I still coach you guys, when I do all that, I do that for a purpose. Because if I don't show up, you're not going to show up. Right? But we have to get out of our own way, and we have to stop thinking that we're not capable, and we have to stop thinking that our life needs to look a different way because so-and-so on social media looks that way. Okay? I love you guys very much. I need to start on mail outs. And I think I went in like a billion different tangents on that, but know that the magic is going to happen, and the difference of you and another person is what you do behind the closed doors. The income producing activities that you do, the 3 legs of success that you do when you party and you don't get recognition for it because you're expanding your customer base, and you know that you need to show up to that party to post and do the live and show up for that in-home party that you booked and do the bag parties and do the samples that you didn't want to do. Guys, I was doing these yesterday. I had a customer show up. She was talking to me for like 30 minutes, and I was in the middle of doing these glamour collection, okay? It was all over my desk, and guess what? I brought it. My husband was home. I brought it, and I finished it on the couch while we were watching TV together. You don't have an excuse. And if you do give yourself an excuse, Cincy is not going to be what you want it to be. But I'm going to tell you what, if you keep your why in the front of your eyes, if you keep your why in front of you, if you don't have it in front of you, you need to print it off right now and put it in front of your face. Put it on the background of your phone. If you have that at the forefront of your head and the forefront of your mind at all times, there is nothing that can stop you. Not time, not excuses, nothing, but stop comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself. And if you do find yourself playing the comparison game, like I said, of highlight reels, put your phone away and start doing an income producing activity. Because that highlight reel, they got themselves there. They might have slapped a filter on it, but they got themselves there because of the stuff that they do behind the scenes. If you're comparing yourself to a Cincy person. Okay, so I'm going to do mail outs now, and I'm going to get to working on my my to-do list. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. I hope that resonated with somebody, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.